Hello, friends. Trina here, life strategist, numerologist, psychic, and channeler, and Trina Talks Secret Source. Welcome, welcome, welcome to you. I love that you are here, and I'm so excited to share with you these incredible channeled messages. This is message number 117, and it's from the Egyptian goddess Isis. It was channeled on the 23rd of February, 2024. The theme of this one is initiation. Interestingly, I was directed to open my Isis Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild, and they showed me this particular card, which is all about initiation. These words aren't from that card, but I hope that this is really speaking to your soul and makes a lot of sense to you. Initiation. Many this year will be invited to awaken and follow the spiritual path. This may be challenging because you don't always know at the start what you are saying yes to. It is an exercise of faith and trust. You must accept the guidance and follow the path. Initiates who are prepared to grow their souls and evolve spiritually are encouraged to say yes. It is an exercise of faith and trust. In fact, you should know that if you're invited, we already know your potential and that this is for you, just as you are for it. The process is slow, enriching, and challenging, elevating you to higher levels. It is not a throw you in at the deep end and see if you can swim approach. You will engage with all kinds of learnings and be introduced to concepts that question your thinking, how you see the world, and your place in it. Truth will be revealed for you to revise your beliefs. This will benefit you and others. Your example will inspire others, but you may not be aware of this. It is not really your concern. You may be guided to share ideas and experiences with others. Follow the guidance and trust it is reaching who it is meant to engage with. You may be led to follow others' ascensions, which will help you in yours to gain greater understanding of the road ahead. This is not to say that ascension only has one possible way. We guide each precious soul down the way which is most appropriate for them. So don't feel pressured to replicate the experience of others. This is between us and you. Sweet one, you are seen. You are loved. You are looked after. You are nurtured. There are ancient structures and places that have been used for these purposes for thousands of years, each with their own ancient wisdoms and magic to offer you. This planet holds this energy. Know that no matter what, an incredible adventure lies ahead of you, and you will be loved and supported through it. The mother sees and nurtures you. Thank you, And so it is. Very precious. I love you being here. Please feel free to stay for the after conversation with Simone, where we discuss the messages and what they mean to us, which does not mean that that's what it's got to mean to you. It will land with you how it lands with you. I love you being here. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and share with others who you feel might benefit. Ciao for now. Bye. Hello, Simone.
Hi, Trina. Great to see you. Great to be here today with everyone.
Lovely to be here with you. I was thinking this morning how grateful I am to get to do this with you. I've got face cream on again, none in my eye today, so that's good. The other day I had face cream in one eye and toothpaste in the other.
It happens. No, I'm grateful to be here too.
Welcome to life on earth.
That's
For
it.
some of us, me predominantly, I think. Today we are going to muse about the 117th channeling from the Egyptian goddess Isis, and it's on initiation. It was channeled on the 23rd of February, 2024. And I found this comforting, yet a little bit hilarious.
How so?
Well, when I was channeling, it is not a throw you in at the deep end and see if you can swim. I thought, that's funny because sometimes it does feel like that to me.
Yeah, it can feel like that.
I don't want to undo their reassurance. I don't want to undo that for people. But I'm sure from their perspective, I love that it is a fully supported process. They've got you.
That's what I liked also. I didn't feel so much thrown at the deep end. I took great comfort in knowing, it starts off, you have to be invited. Well, and then I sit back thinking, well, I'm not invited. What's going to happen? But I am invited. We're all invited. Yes, I had to let the penny drop. If you're listening to this or you're interested in this, even if you don't know about it, you are invited. So that's great.
Do you feel, though, in looking back over your life, that you have had stages where you have been more spiritually connected?
Definitely, yeah.
Like, I think about, is it okay to talk about your Merlin experiences?
Sure.
Like, for the last couple of years, Merlin has been coming to you in sometimes the most wondrous of ways. And I just think about the last couple of years for you since I've known you, so maybe it's not accurate, but it feels like you've had a spiritual renaissance of sorts, where you're coming back to that spiritual approach to life, that connection that you've had when you were at other younger stages in your life and really reconnecting with it. Does that feel accurate for you?
Yeah, that's spot on. Now, I think my spiritual journey, I think, started quite young, but I didn't know that that's what it was. So I think that could be the same for a lot of people. They're doing things or they're acting a certain way, but they're being guided, but they don't know. And the penny drops finally, I think, when I don't know, when you read books or you meet other people, and then it kind of just awakens you, and then you get it.
Don't you think, too, as humans, we've got this unrealistic expectation that we start here and it's automatically just going to be this steep climb to here, where the memes are more like,
yes. Oh, yes. I think they need to clarify the expectations around this. Is it takes a long time. it goes forward, it goes up and down, it goes backwards because you're just not in the groove of it yet. You haven't really aligned or grasped what's really going on.
But likewise, you can have these times where you're almost catapulted. Like you go, I remember in 2020 waking up one morning and thinking, I think I can heal people with energy now.
Yeah.
With no kind of backstory of we're going to train you through this. It may have been a past life experience being brought forward.
Yeah.
But, I didn't. And it was the same with last year. Just one day after for over a decade, like maybe nearly 2 decades, thinking, I wish I could do kinesiology because I love it so much. And then waking up one day and going, I think I can do that now.
Gee.
Oh, I can. Yeah, I can. I had the charts for over a decade, like 14 years or something. They traveled around with me everywhere. So it's like you can have these. I guess the thing is, time, we think of time as linear, don't we, as humans? But in the heavenly realms, time is just a construct. It's not something that they really think about or whatever. But yeah, for us, we're thinking of how long is this going to take?
Yes.
Will it be quick? Will it be fast? Will I just keep going forward? Will I go backwards?
I know.
So it is crazy, but I do love this idea again with the invitation in terms of understanding the respect for the process, that it's not just to be taken on willy-nilly and to not commit and treat it with respect and awe. I also love about that you're being watched and cared for and nurtured and mentored. So they know when the time is right for you. And if you're someone like me, I can waylay that for a long time. I can argue the toss and go, yeah, no, I don't really want to get on board with that now. Like I procrastinated for the longest time on engaging with the Akashic records, like over 10 years.
Wow. Yes. No. I know you get these little hints you get little hints on the way and there are opportunities and ideas and then you put them at the back of your mind. But that's them knocking on the door. And I've ignored it for decades.
Well, you're not alone there, friend. I'm in the same boat with you. But I think that maybe me being conscious of that now, and particularly now that I have engaged with the Akashic records, and while I know that there's still room for me to grow, skill, and expand, like I think the thing that was stopping me from doing it was I was just so fearful that I wouldn't be good at it.
Yes.
It was my perfectionism tendencies that were going, don't go there. And that little voice in your head that's 5 to 8-year-old you going, I'm going to keep you safe here. Just stay small. Don't go there. That, yeah, it's easy to let little Trina do the talking and the decision making when I'm already thinking, I don't know that I'm going to be good at that.
Yes.
And that's a really human response. But I guess the thing about faith and trust is you going, sweet pea, maybe you don't have the whole picture here. Maybe you've only got a small fragment of the picture and you need to leave it to those who see the full picture and trust and have faith.
Yes. Yes.
That they have got this in hand and they are steering you along beautifully.
Well said. Yeah.
Not easy for control freaks, reforming control freaks like
No, it isn't. It isn't easy.
But yes, it's and again that idea came up in this one about the ancient structures and places that have been used for these purposes for thousands of years. and how they are receptacles for the ancient wisdom, magic, and energies to offer us. And the reminder of that this planet, Mother Earth, holds all of that energy.
Mm.
And that, when I think about that, it reminds me of the responsibility that I have of what energy I am giving to the collective consciousness and, in turn, Mother Earth. Because she's holding, she's like, Mother Earth is like the mothership of empaths. Like, she is holding all energy, the whole kit and caboodle. So, yeah, it's such a delicate balance being a human and being a spiritual being on Earth.
Yes, it definitely is.
This morning I went to get my smoothie on my walk, and the delightful Chris, who I enjoy chatting to, I said, "Oh, how are your days off?" Because Monday and Tuesday are his weekend. And he said, "I'm getting ready to move. I'm actually moving to Hamilton, New Zealand." And so we had a chat about that, because I lived in Auckland in 2010. And I think New Zealand's energy, the land's energy, is just amazing. I adore it. Oh my goodness, it's like just medicine to me. It is therapeutic. I just adore it. And so we were talking about that a little bit. And then he just said to me, "Thank you for being so kind to us," as in the staff. And I was just thinking before we connected, as I was hanging out some washing, as you do, that one of my favorite things about the pandemic was this awareness of how we treat people, like who are retail assistants, who are in the coffee shops, people who may not have, on this hierarchical scale of ours, may not have a lot of agency. But it's, how do you treat these people and how do you see them? And I think that this is really, really important, is how you show up in your everyday life, how you see people and you are with them. Often for people who may not have, look, don't get me wrong, I love my coffee and my smoothie, so I'm very grateful. But it's about something bigger than that. It's about, how do you see people and how do you treat people, and how are you making people feel as you make your way through your day?
Absolutely. And it just has that knock-on effect, doesn't it?
Oh, massive, massive. I can't tell you how many times at the chemist I'm aware of, when I'm picking up my mother's medications, I'm aware of my kindness to the staff behind the counter is being clocked by people around me. That they're smiling, enjoying the interaction, and maybe thinking, I'm going to do that too. I could do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's when I'm talking about collective consciousness and what Mother Earth is absorbing, of course, it's all of these energies too.
Yeah.
It's not just the big stuff about where you sit politically on an issue. It's, who are you as you're making your way through your day?
I think that's great. I think that's such a perfect example of how we should be.
I don't always get it right. I don't always get it right, because we're human. We're human. So I'm not offering this example as, this is how I always am, and I'm always like this, and you should be that too. It is not that at all. It's about how I regularly show up, how I aim to show up. And in fact, I can remember a couple of months ago, I was on my early morning walk, and on this section, they're doing roadworks, and you know, because I've talked to you about this, that they cut down 284 trees. And I was just beside myself. And this particular morning, they were cutting more down on this side road that I didn't realize they'd be doing. And this man was trying to connect with me, but I was so overwhelmed with emotion that I just kept walking, and I'm sure I was shaking my head. I had my earbuds in, and I got maybe 100 meters up the road, and that voice of grace started to speak to me of, you can do better than this. You have a value that you see people who often aren't seen. So I turned around and walked back, and I could tell that he was a little nervous about, what's she coming back for? And he was probably thinking I was going to do my block, get angry about it. But I just said to him, I really apologize that I didn't speak to you before. I was so emotional, I was almost crying. I said, I was just really overwhelmed by this tree situation. And he was so generous. He was so generous. He said, I get you. I feel the same, but I have no power in it. And I said, I know that. I completely get that.
Mm.
So I apologize and thank you. Have a great day.
Mm.
And it's that, I guess this comes back to that conversation we had the other day about, you know, people who are so involved in their spiritual practice that they want to be in a cave just maintaining that level of energy. But in fact, that's not where it sits. It's in the everyday decisions and everyday way that you live your values and you enact your guidance. So, yeah, there's an example of where I certainly did not get it right, but it's going, I'm going to be accountable for this. I don't want to leave that person
Yes.
in that space that I created.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back and try and make amends and, yeah, move forward from there. Lots of people are really generous with that stuff too. They're prepared to let you do that, which is very kind.
Yes, that is nice. Yeah.
But this initiation, I guess, and I'm no expert on this, but I guess I would love for people to know that if you are connecting and you're being guided to do something, to take part in some growth and expansion, even if it's scary, trust that they know that you can do it and that they're there to support you in doing it. And it doesn't mean you'll nail it in one afternoon, but it doesn't mean you won't either.
Mm.
And the more you can be open and expansive and try and limit resistance, that can be really helpful, I think, in the progression of it all.
And just knowing that you can ask for help. Say, you know, I'm stuck. I don't get it. I'm not sure. I always say it out loud when I'm alone in the house. I say it out loud. Can you help me? I don't know which way to go. I just don't know.
You're also great, though, at asking for signs, aren't you?
Yeah, and I'll ask for a sign always, and I always get one.
What sort of signs have you had?
Oh, I've had sometimes I'll ask for a butterfly. That's a common one. Birds were featuring recently in my life. Birds were just flying into the house.
I know. I
And when I
love
shut
that so much.
And when I shut the back door so he wouldn't get in, he flew around through the front door. So he certainly had a message for me.
That was one of your Merlin encounters, wasn't it?
It was a Merlin encounter. I wish I'd been switched on enough to realise it was Merlin. So it frightened the life out of me. And I shooed him away. And then I thought, oh no, come back, because he kept sitting at the windowsill when I locked him out.
Oh, too sweet.
I know. And then but the fact that he flew around the front of the house, he had to come through the veranda and then through the front door. I mean, it was a big effort.
Is there lattice all the way around your
Yes.
veranda?
Yes.
How did he pull it off?
Oh, just through the little, there's a little gap, but you know, still, it was
Found
hard to
that.
get through there.
Good grief. That's
I know.
I love these stories.
I love them too. Yeah. Beautiful.
Some people find coins though as well.
Yeah, I found coins. Yeah. Feathers.
Some people are oh yeah, feathers, absolutely. That's I'm just
That's a great one.
yeah, that is great. That is wonderful.
Mm.
Well, initiation. Another rich offering. I love it. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Simone. I just adore you.
Thanks,
Adore
Trina.
you. I love having these conversations with you.
So do I. So great. And thank you for everyone who's listening. Love seeing you here.
Yes. Yes, thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if it aligns with you. And feel free to comment and share what signs you get. That's always lovely to see,
Yeah.
you think? All righty. Thank you, friends. Ciao for now. Send
Bye.
all the love in the world. Bye.